Welcome back to Singapore, guys. As we've learned in the past few days of just being here, Singapore is a melting pot of communities and cultures and history. That's one thing that I really love about it. Today we're going to take you around to some of the biggest cultural neighborhoods here in Singapore. Our first stop is a place called Kampong Glam, which is part of the Muslim corridor here. And right behind me is the Sultan's Mosque, which we're going to go and explore today. So let's go. Just walking up this street, I'm getting a very big Aladdin vibe here. Prince Ali, 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 Baba. There's lots of different restaurants called Turkish Nights, lots of stores called Sultan or have those things in the name. But it's really interesting because you have this incredible neighborhood that kind of takes you back in time a little bit, full of color and history and culture. But then you walk back out into these streets outside and you're into Singapore, into the big skyscraper streets, into this big city. So you get two different types of worlds here, which I think is really, really cool.
Alright guys, so the mosque is currently closed right now for only people that practice. We're not going to be able to get in at the moment. Just looking around, it's pretty impressive mosque. Very picturesque. Beautiful. And also I really love all the different colored buildings. Makes me feel like
you're almost in a different country.
Yeah. We're in Singapore.
Within a country, it feels like you're in a different country.
Yeah, but it is very interesting looking up over these colonial style buildings and seeing just big skyscrapers in the same shot.
What I like about this is that back in the day they actually did use it here. Practicing Muslims came here to break their fast for Ramadan. They have refurbished it and updated it over the past couple of centuries. Prince Ali, 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 Baba.
And guys, this is the walking street of the Muslim quarter. Lots of different cafes and shops. Some of them haven't opened yet, or some of them might not be open as today is Sunday. Singapore's a little quieter than on other days, but that's gonna do it for the Muslim quarter of Singapore. We'll see you guys in Little India.
So we've made it to Little India. First impressions, I'm getting a whole lot of smells. It smells like curry, it smells like masala, and it smells like tea, actually. But we just got into this little neighborhood. We're gonna take a look around. It looks like there is a street blocked off right behind me with a little market, maybe some shops. Maybe we'll go around, maybe see if we can get a little bite to eat, a little snack, and we'll see what else this little neighborhood has to offer. So right now we are in Tekka Center, very popular marketplace. This marketplace looks like it has a couple of different levels. On the base level it has food and hawker stalls, which I'm hoping to maybe go down and get a snack from. We'll see what they have. But we just walked into the marketplace and I'm amazed by the dresses here. They're beautiful. Very extravagant, I guess is the word. But anyways, this is Tekka Center. We were looking at these beautiful dresses and there was a very intense raw fish and raw meat smell that we could not get rid of. And what do you know? Right over the edge here is a huge wet market and butcher type area. I see all sorts of different fish, all sorts of different meats, but this is where the smell is coming from. So we just left the Tekka Center and we got some samosas to go, so I'm gonna be getting into those very, very soon. Right outside is the very famous Serangoon Road, very popular for local Indian food. Here's our little samosa. Not sure what's in it, but usually they are vegetarian with potatoes and peas in there, so let's give it a try. A little sweet, not as crunchy. Good little snack right before we head over to our next spot. But wanted to talk to you guys a little bit how Little India came about here in Singapore. In the early 1800s, There was a lot going on in India, and a lot of people came to Singapore to escape what was going on there in India. There was a lot of unrest and instability that was happening there in their home country. So a lot of people came here and brought with them trades and businesses, and this is also when both Singapore and India were under British rule. So there's a lot going on. Today, Little India itself and the culture brings a lot to Singapore as a city and as a country. We're gonna walk Serangoon Street for a little while, see some of these markets, but we'll see you at our next stop, East Coast Road. Alrighty guys, we are here on East Coast Road. It took a little while to get here, a subway stop and about a 20-minute walk, but we made it. This is an area where the Chinese settlers, and I apologize, I'm going to say this wrong, but the Peranakan Chinese settlers settled here. There are these amazing buildings behind me that have stood the test of time. Through rebuilding and refurbishing, they have kept the same way that they look now, although now there are some pretty fancy shops in here. But right now we're gonna take a 5-minute walk south to the East Coast Park and the beach. East Coast Road for dinner at a place called Harvest. We're treating our bodies a little bit nicer tonight, doing a nice veggie protein bowl. Like I mentioned earlier, this area is pretty expensive as far as restaurants and bars and that sort of thing, but we found Harvest. We're excited for a very healthy dinner. Also guys, just wanted to touch on the money here in Singapore. Here is a 50 Singapore dollar bill. We got little monkeys here. Anyways, the Singapore dollar is definitely the closest to our own dollar. 1 US dollar equals 1 Singapore dollar and 35 cents, which means that this 50 Singapore bill is about 37 US dollars. We just got our food. It looks amazing. We both got roasted asparagus bowls with different toppings. I got corn, edamame, tomatoes, and some rice with a lemon dressing, light lemon dressing. Get a little corn, edamame, tomato, some rice. I could eat this every day for every meal. It's literally that good. And it's just fresh veggies and some rice. Our bodies have been craving this. And it feels so good. So that'll do it for today. That wraps up our cultural day here in Singapore. If you guys liked our video, please remember to